Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to game number 6 of Doberman vs iNko. This is gonna be on Scrap Station, and so far we have seen the widest array of ridiculous and interesting strategies I have ever seen for a final of a tournament. So it's been a very, very interesting series. If you haven't watched the other matches, go and watch them. I'm gonna say this every single match because the other matches have been absolutely fantastic. So I advise everyone go and watch them. Yeah, this is round 6 of 7. Currently 3-2 in Doberman's favour, as Dark Alex is saying. Thank you very much, Dark Alex. I appreciate your input. Saves me the trouble of copying and pasting two things and blah 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 blah. And we do have Zara queuing in on the StarCraft thing. I hate these StarCraft microphones. They're bloody awful. It's just like when they implemented the microphone usage stuff for what was it? WoW. That was awful. Everyone just stuck to vent and TeamSpeak anyway, so nobody cares. Anyway, both players now putting down a pylon, and absolutely, if you look down the middle of the minimap now, they are perfectly in harmony. Pylon, probe, crossing, absolutely bumping into each other. That was fantastic. I'm loving that. And we do see now chrono boosting out a lot of. We see a lot of worth saying embarrassing stuff about Kyle Lares. Thanks, Mike. Anyway, we do see now a gateway going down for iNko, as well as a gateway going down for Doberman as well. So very standard builds again here, and surrounding that probe there, gonna take that out. Very nice by iNko there, whilst he still does have his probe barely alive, in order to be able to do a little bit more scouting. You all suck. Shh. God. Don't read spectator chat. Don't go back and read spectator chat. It's terrible. They're all nasty people. Anyway, this first assimilator now going down for iNko. I'm gonna try and ignore those as much as possible. He's never heard of. Oh, for God's sake, go away. And again, Doberman going down with this assimilator as well. I'm gonna put the production tab on just to make sure I don't miss anything. And if I do miss something, you can see it on the production tab, so it's okay. Anyway, iNko now going down with this, throwing down this cybernetics core, but throwing up a proxy pylon in the back of Doberman's base. But I'm pretty sure. No, he doesn't see that. Oh, he does see it now. So that's going to be taken out very, very soon by Doberman in order to make sure that he doesn't get completely harassed by iNko. We do see a second gateway now going down for iNko, and got a lot of chrono boost saved up on this, so I imagine he's going to be wanting to chrono boost either his warp gates out or a few units as quickly as possible. We do see a forge now going down for Doberman, and he does see this pylon, but he's not taking care of it yet. I suppose he can't be taking care of it. He does have a zealot rallied over to that pylon, so he's going to be able to take it out quite effectively. There's a super sneaky pylon he's got there. Oh, I need to stop reading spectator chat. There's like 12 spectators in this game currently, and it's crazy. Anyway, we do have 3 gates now going down for iNko, and this pylon probe coming into the base in order to be able to spot these, and he will spot them very efficiently there with Doberman's probe. We do see a second proxy pylon going down for iNko now, and Doberman does currently not see that one at all, so he's really wanting to go for this early pressure. We do see a few cannons going down in the back of Doberman's base now in order to ward off any kind of worker harass. And we do see now a 4-gate going down for iNko, so very, very serious game phase going from iNko here. And we do see that Doberman does see this next proxy pylon, and iNko's probe just scooting around the base, but he's always dancing very close to these cannons here. He needs to get out just before this cannon warps in. Is he going to get out? Oh my god. Oh, he gets one shot off him, but he just doesn't kill him. It takes down his shields, and he's now warping in a lot of these pylons, so he's going to be going for what seems to me like a full warping in 4 zealots at one time. I believe iNko, if executing this right, is going to seal the deal with this, although these cannons are going to be very troublesome for this kind of harass. So now we do see a stalker and a few zealots warping in, going to be catching these zealots off guard, and he's going to be able to harass at least this assimilator with these units. We do see now a Stargate going down for Doberman at this point, so very interesting play. These cannons are in fantastic position to fend off any kind of pushes that iNko is going to be doing with these pylons, but he is warping in a lot of zealots now, so maybe the number of these zealots is going to be able to overpower what forces iNko, what cannons Doberman does have. You do see more zealots now coming out for Doberman in order to be able to fend off this zealot harass, but and taking down one of those pylons, in fact. So what Doberman needs to do right now is, oh no, another pylon going down. I was going to say bring down this pylon here, but all these cannons raining havoc down on these zealots, and it looks like that these cannons are going to be able to fend off this really effectively. So at this point, I really do think that Doberman iNko shouldn't be continuing with this kind of push. These zealots are very resilient, but not resilient enough to be able to take down all these cannons. There is way too much cannons in here. Void Ray now coming out for Doberman in order to be able to push back this zealot harass, and I think that is going to seal the deal for Doberman here if iNko isn't successful with these units. I think that at this point iNko needs to fall back and really kind of bolster not only his defenses, but think of a new strategy. This is failing, unfortunately, for iNko at this point, and if Doberman does win this, it will be 4-2 in his favour, and Doberman will have won this series. And these Stalkers now taking out that cannon very nicely there, but this Void Ray getting very close to these Stalkers, and now the Sentry taking out that Stalker there, but these Stalkers are going to have to move back from this fully charged Void Ray. Oh, but picking off that Sentry there, very bad management there from Doberman. I keep getting mixed up with this name. There's so much back and forth going on in these matches. So now we do see another pylon going down from iNko, but I'm pretty sure he's sticking to this strategy. He's very, very happy to stick with this, and Doberman now charging up on this gateway, so when he gets to these Stalkers, he's going to rip through them. Massive damage going on to those Stalkers right there, and he has lost this charge now, but he's got another Stalker warping in at this point. 4 Stalkers against Void Ray, and all these Stalkers now in range of this Stargate without him being in range of these cannons. So very nice placement, but he needs to move back with these Stalkers in order to be able to get in on this Stargate without it being in range of these cannons. Now charged up on these assimilators with this Void Ray, and doesn't want to lose his charge, and he's going to be taking out these Stalkers very quickly. And the second Void Ray now coming out and rallied to these units here. So he needs to be really careful with that Void Ray. It is going to fall, and it does fall, but this second Void Ray is going to be able to push these units away, I do believe. So we do now see, iNko very wisely, in my opinion, taking this gold expansion. You need to take risks if you are falling behind. So it's going to be very interesting to see if Doberman can make this push effective. Now going to be charging up, going to be taking this route through the middle, and very, very clever. We do see a Twilight Council, a second Twilight. That's got to be a mistake, unless he's researching charge and blink at the same time. That would be crazy stuff. But it seems to me that very, very clever for Doberman to go through these middle rocks, because whilst he's moving across these middle rocks, he does have this Void Ray charged up, and we do see a second, expansion now going down for Doberman, as well as him consistently pumping out these Void Rays in order to be able to make pushes onto the base of iNko here, and he is massing up a Stalker force. He needs to move these units, in my opinion, back up to help out, otherwise he's going to be in trouble if these units do reach in time without enough support from the units at the bottom here. Anyway, we do see now that, oh my god, no, iNko is going to be moving all these units past these destructible rocks, and it's going to leave a massive path into the base of iNko for Doberman. And we do see now that Doberman is moving in, and oh my god, these Stalkers are so out of position. Going to be going straight for these pylons. And it's, oh my god, it seems like iNko can do nothing from here, ladies and gentlemen. Doberman has too much of a force in the base, but he is going for this counter-attack, and I'm not so sure that this is going to be able to do as much as he would like to with these Stalkers. Oh, but Doberman is moving back in order to be able to fend off this Stalker harass. So maybe iNko is going to have a second opportunity at getting back into this game. Although that being said, with this force, I believe that iNko is going to be able to lose a lot of these units to this force. And once these units have fallen, I believe that iNko is going to be in dire straits from there on. Although that being said, this expansion is taking a nice turn here and getting few minerals from this expansion, so you're going to be able to pump out a lot of units, throwing down this pile in order to be able to re-energize this warp gate and cybernetics core so he can get more stalkers out. But this is a menacing force from Doberman here. And we do see... I'm not quite sure why he's throwing down a second Twilight Council, but he is just getting charged from that first Twilight Council. So it's very entertaining to see that happening. A little bit of misunderstanding from Doberman there, and he really needs to get this expansion saturated. I would like to see that get saturated in order to be able to secure what lead he does have. So now flying in with this Phoenix, having a little dance around, having a look to see what there is in the base of iNko, and there are a few cannons here which are going to be able to push away that Phoenix very nicely. But it does seem like we might be seeing a base race again here, and with Doberman having these Void Rays, I would believe that Doberman would win a base race at this point. I mean, iNko does have a lot of Stalkers coming into the base here of Doberman, but these Void Rays will rip to shreds any building in their sights. And now all these probes are going to be running past all these going to be Zealots pursuing, so hopefully these Zealots will stick to this pursuit and see the second base of iNko here. But we do see a lot of damage and carnage going down in both bases. In fact, all these Stalkers ripping to shreds these warp gates and cybernetics core. But as you can see in the main base of iNko, these Void Rays are decimating the entirety of iNko's buildings. So a robotics facility warping in for iNko there, but it's not going to be able to do much. And we do see now that all these probes are going to be moving towards the forces of Doberman in order to be able to defend them, and a lot of forces now coming in for Doberman in order to be able to intercept all these Stalkers. If these Void Rays can get fully charged on these Stalkers, then it'll be very interesting to see what happens there. We do have a lot of idle Zealots in the base of Doberman, and Doberman at this point in time only has this this expansion that he did take, and now a lot of probes coming down here. It looks like Doberman going for a final push on all these units, trying to secure the win here and now, although a lot of probes here mining this gold, and if Doberman does fall behind in the unit production, it's going to spell bad times for Doberman indeed. iNko now moving up with these Zealot Stalkers, and it seems like he fended off a lot of that push very well. But at this point, Doberman doesn't have that many workers. So, he does have a lot of workers. Sorry, I didn't see those coming up there. So he did move back with those workers, and we do now see iNko researching Blink, as well as a few more gateways going down and a cybernetics core going down as well. Since the one up here did go down, we now see a observer coming out for iNko in order to be able to scout what units Doberman does have, and these Stalkers do not want to engage this at this point. There are a lot of Zealots here with the charge ability, as well as these Void Rays, which would rip them apart if given the chance. Oh God, I need to take a breather. Give me a second. I've got to have some water around here somewhere. No, I don't. Sucks to be me. Anyway, coming back to this game, I have seen crazy games, but this is ridiculous. Indeed, they are pretty ridiculous. We do see now iNko is pretty much back up on his feet. A few cannons supporting this base here, so it's not likely going to be anything that Doberman can do at this point. We do see these Void Rays coming in for Doberman to take out these warp gates here. Very, very smart of Doberman here, taking out all these gates so that he can cripple a lot more of the productions for iNko. But we do see now oh my God, a Dark Shrine coming out for iNko. iNko loves these Dark Templar, and it seems to me like there isn't a whole lot. But he does warp in that robo facility, so he's going to be bringing out an observer hopefully soon in order to be able to scout these Dark Templar. We don't have any cannons currently at the expansion of Doberman, so if he does not have cannons or an observer at that point in that when these Dark Templar come out, it's going to be GG for Doberman. There's nothing but, oh my God, all these Stalkers coming and totally raping the Nexus there. And does he have enough? He doesn't have enough for a Nexus, so this is pretty much an all-in now for Doberman. There is nothing he can do from this point onwards. Doberman has only these probes to defend from these stalkers, and it seems like GG to me. So this game will be going to a 7th match. It's currently 3-3 and Doberman does GG, and that is game 6 of 7. Join me for the final match coming up right now.